Hey, welcome to Dare Danger Dan, where I draw things that you dared me to draw. And today, I've got a dare from Steve Hall, dear friend of mine, and he's from where I'm from, which is Providence, Rhode Island. And this is a very Providence-centric doodle, so get yourselves ready for that because maybe you know Rhode Island, in which case you're gonna be heartwarmed. And maybe you don't, and you'll be like, huh, so that's what Providence is all about? So here we go. Steve Hall wants to see me draw Puff the Magic Dragon serving wieners at the New York System hot dog joint, which is, I'll tell you about that in a minute. And he wants to see, at the window, he wants to see the drunken patrons will be Mr. Rogers, a mummy, and a drunk chick using the mummy as toilet paper because she's popping a squat. Very classy, just like Providence, Rhode Island. Very, very classy. And just like the New York System wiener joint, very classy. So when I first got this dare, I was like, this is an opportunity for me to draw like a really cool dragon of my own design. But then I did like a really quick Google search of Puff the Magic Dragon, because I'm like, oh, what? I know the song really well, but like, there must have been like a movie or something attached to it. First thing I saw was this really crappy cartoon of Puff the Magic Dragon, and like it just was like not a good drawing. But I was like immediately like, I'm like, that's the one. That's the guy that would work at New York System. Yeah, welcome to New York System. What do you want? What I don't understand though is I lived in New York for a bit and I don't really remember seeing any New York System hot dog places. Is it even a New York thing? Is it only a Rhode Island thing? Puff the Magic Dragon works in Onlyville, serving up hot dog wieners to drunken folks and still. Well, anyway, the story in the Puff the Magic Dragon song is that Puff the Magic Dragon and this kid are best friends and they do all sorts of stuff together and it's like they have the best time, they have the best life. And it's like, it's got like, the song's got a little sadness to it. And you find out in like the second verse that little kids don't stay little kids, they grow up and then they die, and Puff is like, gives up on everything and just goes in his cave to disappear forever. Because little kids don't live forever, but dragons do. So I imagine after this kid grows up and Puff like goes and like is depressed in his cave for like probably, 100 years, and then he finally is like, and he goes and gets a job at Onlyville, New York System barter town. That's like that's a Beyond Thunderdome reference. I cannot get over how iconic that movie is. Like, everybody knows a lot about Beyond Thunderdome, but when's the last time anyone watched it? Because that movie is awful. It doesn't even make any sense. It's really, really bad. No, the whole movie is bad. It doesn't make any sense. There's only like 6 lines in the whole movie and they repeat them over and over again. They just say like, barter town, and they say, 2 enter, 1 leaves. They say that like, I'm telling you, like 75 times. They just keep saying that. There's hardly any lines. All right, here's the fun part, okay? I gotta draw, so they have a neon sign in the window, because you can order, like after a certain hour, they stay open, but they lock the doors and you have to order through the window where there's a neon sign, which is not a high-end neon sign. So if you go inside, you see the neon sign from the back, so everything's backwards. So now I have to write a neon sign back, like I have to write New York System backwards. Don't forget, I didn't pencil this in. I'm just raw dogging this baby. Get it? Raw dogging, because it's a hot dog drawing. New York System. Okay. Really wonky, but I did it. So at the New York System wiener joint, the guy lines up his arm with all the hot dogs you want, and then he's like, you want it all the way? All the way! And then he puts this like chili that's like, is it even chili? It's like a ground beef slime. And then raw onions, mustard, and then here's the real clincher, celery salt, which honestly sounds not great, but it's delicious. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Dare Danger Dan, based in Providence, Rhode Island /Olneyville. The dare was from Steve Hall. Thanks for the super Rhode Island-centric dare, which was Puff the Magic Dragon serving wieners at New York System in Olneyville with Mr. Rogers, the mummy, a girl popping a squat using toilet paper, waiting in line, and they're all drunk for hot dogs from Puff the Magic Dragon. And then we had the live dare from In Your Brain. Aaron O'Brien dared me to draw the 80s She-Ra eating a hot dog also. So I want to thank everybody that tuned in, and don't forget to send in your dares, all right? So I'll see you folks next time. One more spin, and I'm gone.